So in this lab, we're going to be discussing different kinds of blood types and how they can help a crime scene scientist or forensic scientist solve a case using blood evidence. So this is for Barbie doll James, the first suspect. This is for Ernest One-Eyed Earl, the second suspect. This is for Bobby Baby Brooks, the third suspect. This one is for our victim, Slim Jim Snoot. Crime scene sample from the crime scene. Our last one, the weapon sample, the blood from the weapon. So here's the thing for Barbie doll James, and for A, I've already put some vinegar. Actually, I've used lemon juice because I don't have vinegar at home, but I put lemon juice in A. And then for B, I have to add some water with food coloring. So put some water, and then for RH, I have to use lemon juice again. Alright. So as you can see here, you can already see that A and RH have already started clotting, but B is fine. So for Barbie doll James, we can conclude that her blood type is going to be A+. It is A+ because the positive represents that one of the A, B, or RH actually got a reaction and coagulated. Okay, so here is suspect number 2, Ernest One-Eyed Earl. And we have sample A, B, and RH. And so for anti-A, we have to give him water. And for anti-B, it's vinegar, but for anti-RH, it's also water. And then for B, I have lemon juice. Okay, so you can already see like an instant clot in B. And then for A and for RH, it doesn't make a difference at all. And so for Ernest One-Eyed Earl is a B- blood type because there's clotting in B, but there's no clotting in RH. Okay, this is for our last suspect, Bobby Baby Brooks, third suspect. So for anti-A, we're gonna use vinegar or lemon juice in my case. And for anti-B, we're also gonna use a lemon juice. And then for anti-RH, we'll be using water. So as you can already see, A has clotted a lot, as well as B has clotted as well. But RH stayed the same. Baby Brooks is a type AB- because A and B clotted, and the minus represents the clotting. This is the crime scene sample, and so for anti-A, there is a blood clot. And for anti-RH, there's a blood clot. And for anti-B, there is no blood clot. And so this shows that A has a blood clot and RH has a blood clot, but B does not. Therefore, blood type for the crime scene sample is A+, which also matches with the sample of Barbie doll James, who also had a type A+, which is kind of suspicious. Sample, and we have A, RH, and B. So for the weapon blood sample, there was no clotting in B, there was no clotting in A, but there was clotting in RH. So instantly you can already see the clotting, and in B there's none, and in A there's none. Therefore, this here is for our victim, Slim Jim Snoot. He was unfortunately killed by one of the 3 previous suspects. Alright, so for AB and RH. AB says there's no clot, and so in A and B there will be no clot present, but in RH there is a clot. Okay, so here you can already see that B has no coagulation, A has no coagulation, but RH does have coagulation. This means that the victim Slim Jim Snoot's blood type is going to be O positive. This O positive means that it coagulated in RH, and the positive represents the coagulation. Okay, so here are my conclusion questions. So the first one is, what do your results show? So my results show that Barbie Jones's blood was present at the crime scene, and both crime scene blood was type A and Barbie Jones's blood is type A. And as well at the crime scene was the victim's blood, and the victim was also there. So the question is, why was Barbie there? Secondly, what would I do in the next investigation? Personally, I'd bring Barbie Jones in for an interrogation, see why her blood type was present at the crime scene. Identify any possible scenarios that would lead to results shown in their blood typing tests. Why would the identified suspect match the blood in the puddle at the crime or victim's blood? So, for the suspect's blood, in my opinion, the suspect was Barbie Jones, and her blood somehow had to get there with the victims, and to me, it possibly could have happened through a fight involving injury from the murder weapon, and the suspect could have gotten hit and bled out. And so what would be the blood typing recipe for the victim? So water would go in A and B, and then vinegar for anti-RH. And then who's the suspect that their blood matched the sample found at the crime scene? That was Barbie Jones. So for number 6, what would be the blood typing results for the blood found on the weapon? O positive was the blood type. Whose blood matched the sample found on the weapon? Jim Snoot. What are the basic human blood types and what are their variations? So there's the basic types are AB, AB, and O, and then each type has a positive, negative. So A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, and so on. According to the coronavirus article, which of the individuals would be more susceptible to contract the virus? Explain in detail. So Barbie Jones was more susceptible to the coronavirus because she has type A blood. And according to the article, type A has the most susceptibility to the virus. And then, do all organisms have the same blood types and blood color? Other organisms have different types of blood, so they can have different blood color and types.